Hi, Zoisa here, and welcome to my online Pilates experience. A couple of things before we get going. Step one, imbalances the body. Know what's going on. So the first thing that I want you to consider is, how is your body balanced? Where is the weight stacked? So, are we in an ideal alignment? We're not going to fall off and fall apart, but what is going on? Where is the excess tension? How is your body feeling? Let's just take a moment and check in. So just standing with your feet hip bone width apart, toes lined up, and then just soft through the ankles, knees, and hips. That will be your first thing. I'm just going to adjust my screen down. Okay, so as I said, where is the weight? Through the feet, front of the foot, back of the foot, inside and outside. Are you hanging out of the joints or bracing? Can you just take a moment to just soften and notice, okay, where is that? Can you feel your pelvis and your rib cage and torso? Are they stacked above each other? Can you feel any tension? Do you feel like the shoulders are rounded forwards? Or maybe you've just become aware throughout the day of a little bit of tension in the neck. If you're more aware of your body, that's a fantastic thing. So from there, now you've got aware of how you're balanced in your body and where the areas of excess tension are. We're just going to take a brief moment to just loosen through those joints. Let's start with the ankles, just lifting alternate heels. So this is a good opportunity to just check in, and again, using movement as a way to assess what is going on. As I'm lifting my heels, just noticing what is happening. How far can I bend my toes? What's happening when I'm bending my knees? Is my hip hitching? Where are you folding from? Can you feel that fold through the hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint? We'll do one more of those each side. Generally, we do 8 to 12 maximum of each exercise. So we've done that and found how things are. Let's turn sideways and take it into a reach and squat. So noticing how your arms are moving as you squat. So really getting deep into those hips, noticing, is the pelvis just dropping down and the knees going forwards? Ideally, we want to make sure that thigh bones go back to find that deep hip flexion rather than just folding through the spine. Reaching forwards, notice how, as I said, the arms and elbows as well as the shoulders are. We've got one more to go. And then from here, let's take it to the next one. So we've done ankles, knees, hips. Let's look at the spine. Side bending and noticing alternate sides. How far can you go as we bend to the side? Easing over and then restacking. It's just a spinal movement from the top of the head to that coccyx tailbone. So notice, as you bend, has the pelvis shifted sideways to enable you to bend the spine to the side? Or has your rib cage just shifted? So can you just think head, neck, shoulders, it topples bone by bone, like a waterfall or fountain going up and over, restacks from the belly button up, and then we bend to the other side and restack up. Last one each side, and rebend. So we're going to add an arm movement in, bend and lift, making sure we connect into the belly. So breathing out, ideally the belly draws in as we exhale. Bend and exhale, drawing that tummy in. As we do that arm lift, the rest of the body has to work a little harder to enable you to maintain that upright position and keep everything else still. We're going to do one more of these arm lifts to each side. And then from there, let's look at our abdominal muscles. So we're just going to lift the arms up horizontal and then lower. As you slowly bring the arms up to stop you falling over, your back muscles are having to work here. So notice, as you lift the arms, can you feel those abdominals switching on? If not, that's okay. We're going to take it to a change. So Lower the arms, rise up to the tiptoes, find the balance. Even that rising up to tiptoes, notice, are the hips swinging? I see a lot of this movement when it comes to doing that rising up and down. If you've got bunions and the toes tend to point inwards a little bit, then only go as far up on tiptoes as you can, keeping the weight even across the balls of the feet. So I'm going to shift the weight forwards first of all. Again, free from locking in the knees or hanging out of my hips. So I've got some space in my joints. I breathe out, engage abdominals, push the toes through the floor and the heels come up. You find your range. Now we've got some inner thigh activity and the lower body's working and the upper body's working to stop me falling over, and then lower down. So just find your balance. I'm going to turn this way a little bit. So we rise up and pause, finding that balance again, making sure you keep the space in the joints. We're going to do 2 more of these, rising up and down. Stay up on the next one. Here we go. Rising up, pause. If you need to be near a surface or have some extra support, then you can do. And then we're going to lift the arms up. So as the arms slowly come up, again, you have to work to counterbalance and stop things falling over. Things being you. And then lower down. We've got 2 more of these. Again, can you maintain? Keep that balance point. Breathe. And then lower down. Just give the feet a little march. Let's take the feet wide apart. So we've done some bending and stretching in the knees. We've done some reaching with our squats. We've done some side bending. And so from here, we're going to do some rotation. We just want to look at rotating through the spine. The pelvis and hip bones ideally face forwards. Again, check you're free from hanging out of the joints or compressing that joint space. So soften through the knees. Feet firmly planted into the floor. Just take the arms out the way across the body and notice, okay, what is your range of motion as you rotate your spine so the ribs go. Notice if the shoulders are trying to join in to help you. Ideally, they're still. They just follow. Twist and middle. Sometimes the hips want to try and join in, so can you keep the hips still? And if so, what is your range of movement? Twist and back to center, twist and back to center, twist and back to center, twist and back to center. If you're finding it a challenge to keep those feet still, your options are to just ground yourself. You can either sit on a ball. So here's one I've got just behind me in my room. So you can just sit your bum on a chair, that would work as well. And then we go twist and middle and twist and middle. So notice as you twist, is your head trying to pull you around, or can you keep your nose, head in line, chin, breastbone, belly button? And then let's make it a little bit harder. So hands are going to rest on your thighs. You can stay standing if you want to, and we're just going to reach across. So if this was a 12 o'clock, I'm literally going to 25 past and 25 to. I'm reaching, the arm is in line with the body. It just happens to be at the angle because I've twisted my ribs. So pelvis is still, pelvis is still, pelvis is still, twist from the waist. So I'm not going through into my shoulders. It's just twist the body, put the arm out. Twist the body, put the arm out. Again, if I move the ball away, we can do this in a standing position. Twist, 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 twist. One more each side. And then we have a rotation through the body. So we're just going to do a transference of weight. So feet are going to be nice and wide. They're slightly wider than my hips. And we're just going to shift from side to side. So can you shift your weight from side to side and stop over the leg, or is the body going further? Stop, stop, stop. Just transferring the weight. Now I'm going to push through the bent leg. So push yourself over. Push yourself over. Then you've got to get the message to go stop before the weight goes too far, or maybe the body's trying to join in. So push and stop, and push and stop, 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 Again, free from bracing or locking through the joints. And then let's try that front to back. So just move the weight front foot to back foot. Are you locking or bracing and the knees just hanging out, or can you allow the feet to roll as you shift the weight front to back? And the knees to be nice and soft. We're going to do 2 more here. Rock it forwards and back. Last one. Just find your feet and that weight balance. Let's do the same on the other side. Take the weight from the front to the back, rolling through the feet. We did those nice foot exercises earlier on. Got them moving with our bend and rise. We've got 2 more to do here. 2 and back, and then 1 and back. And then we're just going to bring the feet in together. Check. Now so they're together. Bring them just slightly to hip bone width apart, or bring them 10 to 2 and then heels in line with the toes. That's another way to check that your hip bone rather than hip width, so that pointy bit hip tips. And just take a moment and check back in again. So we've done a little bit of movement. How is your body stacked? Remember those cups that I put together at the beginning. How is the tension through the body? Has that eased a little bit, or have you found some extra tension somewhere else? Or does your body just feel like, oh, I've moved it and it's woken up, but it's feeling okay? These are some of the things that you can experience more of if you want to go ahead and do more exercises or live classes with me. And I look forward to hearing from you or seeing more from you. Thank you very much.